Hi, and welcome to We Listen. In this podcast, we will brief you on the NCLAT order in the matter of liquidation of Surana Power Limited, the corporate debtor. The adjudicating authority had admitted application filed by operational creditor under Section 9 of the Code for initiation of CIRP against Surana Power Limited. With non-receipt of any resolution plan, the corporate debtor was ordered to be liquidated. One of the operational creditors, BHEL, had succeeded in an arbitration proceeding against the corporate debtor. The arbitral award thereof had declared BHEL as an unpaid seller and accordingly been granted lien over the equipment and goods lying at the site of the corporate debtor. Pursuant to Section 52 of the Code, the respondent, that is BHEL, informed the liquidator about its willingness to realize the security interest in the assets of the corporate debtor. However, the liquidator filed an application before the adjudicating authority seeking direction against BHEL to permit the liquidator to cause sale of assets of the corporate debtor. It sounds strange, right? Are we missing something here? Yes. Let me take you back to 2010. On September 24, 2010, the assets for which BHEL had been granted lien were already hypothecated to 10 secured creditors. Unlike BHEL, these creditors, constituting 73.76%, have relinquished their security interest into the liquidation estate of the corporate debtor. The liquidator argued that the charge of hypothecation is pari passu in nature to that of the lien granted in favor of BHEL, and hence liquidator filed the application before the adjudicating authority for liberty to sell those assets so as to distribute it among all the secured creditors of the corporate debtor. The adjudicating authority, having established the differences between lien and pledge, had made an important observation that whenever any lien is created, the person having right of lien has a right to enforce the same against the asset in preference to charge of hypothecation. Accordingly, the adjudicating authority dismissed the application filed by the liquidator and considered that BHEL is a secured creditor entitled to proceed under Section 52 of the Code to realize its security interest. Aggrieved by this order of the adjudicating authority, the current appeal was preferred before the NCLAT. The liquidator argued that 10 out of 11 secured creditors, representing together 73.76% of the total secured assets, have relinquished their security interest into the liquidation estate, and only because of the respondent, that is BHEL, the liquidator is unable to proceed any further with the sale of the assets. In this context, the NCLAT invoked Section 13 subsection 9 of the SARFAESI Act 2002 and observed that any steps about the realization of assets by the secured creditors requires confirmation from the creditors having at least 60% of the value of total debt. However, since in the present case, secured creditors having 73.76% of the value of total debt, which is far more than the required 60% as per SARFAESI, are unwilling to exercise security interest, the same decision shall also be binding on BHEL. Accordingly, the NCLAT further observed that since BHEL does not hold any superior charge, it would be prejudicial to stall the liquidation process at the instance of such creditor having only 26.24% share in the secured assets, which would also be detrimental to the interests of the remaining 10 secured creditors. Having said so, with this rationale in mind, the NCLAT allowed the appeal and had set aside the order passed by the adjudicating authority and directed the appellant, that is the liquidator in this case, to complete the liquidation process in the light of this decision.